Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Sane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 162 of Fringe Fanatics. I am Chris Sane.
And I am Chad Lee. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you all. We greatly appreciate it each and every week. Any of you that spend any amount of your precious free time with us, we greatly appreciate it. And this week, it was a fun weekend. Lots of sports happening.
Lots of good football. The college national championship was incredibly satisfying. A lot of people are saying it's the best story in college football history, maybe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then, we get a bunch of weird coincidences. Like, I thought the good title for this one would be Sean's versus Mike's.
Yeah.
Both of the coaches in different conferences are Sean and Mike. Like, what are the odds of that?
That is super weird.
Kind of strange.
Very strange. And the games were fun this week, unfortunately. You know, it was a bittersweet win for me on my birthday, as we had to learn about the unfortunate news about Bo Nix.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
Damn it.
Yeah, I was at State House, and a lot of Broncos fans were coming in. I just went by myself because she was out of town, and it was funny. They were like, "Are you alone?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they were like a little worried. I was like, "She's just out of town."
No.
But like a ton of Broncos fans came in like not long after I got there, and you could tell like the way they walked in, just feeling themselves, coming off a big win. And then my buddy Beal hit me up and said the news, and about not long after that, and I told him, I said, "No way," and nobody could believe it. And then it's like I saw all of these Broncos fans
just deflate.
Get the alert. It's like I remember being at Red Rocks when the Andrew Luck news came, and everybody's like, "Oh my God." That's how it was. And the rest of the time while I was there, they were just so distraught.
I bet there was a little bit of you that was like, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not so much at the injury, just at the pain.
The karma of it all is what felt really satisfying.
The karma? What happened? What karma? Why?
Well, Jamie at work earlier this year, I think it was like week 4 or 5. He was like, "Well, I hope Mahomes breaks his leg," and I was like, "I did not say that, dude."
That's an assual thing to say, and then he
should.
did.
Yeah, and
well,
then
not really, but
I always say, I was like, that's why I never want anybody to get hurt, because the minute you do, one of your players gets hurt.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Well, you know, we'll get into that in a bit. Let's talk about our weekends briefly, the highlights, if you will.
The highlight was probably watching Predator Badlands.
Is that good?
Super
I've heard good things.
Yes. It was, I was kind of shocked because there was a lot of good feedback from it. The Rotten Tomato score is really high. And so it was super fucking kick-ass, man. The monsters in it, you kind of think like maybe it's going to be...
Because it's a movie, correct? It's not... Because,
yeah.
Okay. Didn't they make a show about Predator?
Maybe you're thinking of
I know they made
Earth.
the Alien Earth one,
Yeah,
but I thought they made... Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right, well.
But they definitely set it up like there's, there can be another one. So hopefully, because that ties into the Alien universe in a little bit, because the robot basically in it, I guess Cyborg, is a Wayland product. And so...
Oh.
Yeah, maybe they might have to fight the aliens sometime.
They did have the not very good crossover a long time ago.
Well,
do you remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
It was so dark.
Yeah.
You couldn't see what was happening.
No, you're talking about the AVP2. That one was horrible.
Oh, the first one was okay. Yeah,
good.
You're right.
Yeah,
I forgot they made 2.
Well, and it's nuts because the first one, I was like, because when I introduced her to like the Alien franchises, I was like, okay, we watched all these. Now you need to see AVP. And I was like, damn, that wasn't as good as I remember.
It's always a bummer when you do that. You're like, check this out.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there like watching them like, they're going to like this. Yeah. And you're like, here comes a good part. Here comes a good part. And there's no reaction.
So
and you're like,
easy. It is bad, man. But what's cool is since this Badland ones, the maker of it got such good feedback. He said he's open to and he wants to do an Alien vs Predator movie. But dude, like
that
the
would
monsters
be cool.
in it, it's obviously not any monsters that we're familiar with. They all have. It's just very original ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I was superbly impressed with it. Definitely check that movie out.
Okay, I'll have to, because I do like Predator. Those were always. I mean, I was more into Predator before Alien.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think I saw Predators before, like all the Predator movies before then. Too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've always just kind of like, I don't know, I guess swung the Predator way, but I have been getting more into the Alien stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We did go through like watching all of the Aliens to get ready for the new one, and then that was also nice.
Yeah,
but
that's great.
It definitely was great. What you got anything else?
I did watch Tron. That was really cool. Yeah,
you liked it?
I actually liked it a lot. Yeah,
the Knee Circle Boys hated it. Wow. I haven't watched it, but
yeah. No, I actually thought it was pretty decent, and it's kind of really campy, because it caters for kids too, and it's a big homage to like the old ones with like the way that they race and stuff like that. But I liked the premise of it a little bit. I wouldn't say I near liked it as much as Predator. I'd say I'd probably give it maybe a 5.5.
Okay,
it's a tough judge, like it's pretty critical, but. It's not too bad. And Jeff Bridges coming in there. Jeff Bridges is so old, he almost plays like the dude. Because
that's pretty much who he is at this point.
Right. Well, in the old one, like in that most previous one, he was kind of like the villain and stuff. And so this one, he has very much of the dude dialect.
Dude energy. Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah.
But what about your birthday weekend?
Birthday weekend was pretty good. Like I said, we got that win on Saturday. That was sweet. I was getting tattooed watching the first half of the game, which by halftime I was like, sweet. I missed the turnover that got us that last second field
right
goal.
Before halftime?
Yeah, I was just gotten done getting tattooed. I went and got tattooed at Live Easy and got my knee done with a Mark Buffalo.
Nice.
But we had just finished, and I was paying, and I was like, "Oh, it's over." There's only like a minute left. I was like, "Nothing's gonna happen." And then, of course,
well, it wasn't even that. It was like, God, dude, it was probably only like 23 seconds, and then they decided to do something. I mean, yeah, we'll get into it, but god damn the mistakes by Josh Allen.
Yeah, there was a lot. Yeah. But highlights, that was cool. Then we watched Celtic Pride, which is a good movie. Everybody should check out if you haven't seen it. Old school, actually written by Judd Apatow, which I did not realize. Wow. Yeah,
damn, that sways me a little bit.
Yeah, so Judd Apatow, Dan Aykroyd, Daniel
I didn't know it was
Stern.
A movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniel Stern from the Home Alones. One of the Wet Bandits.
Who just recently got in a bunch of
trouble.
trouble.
He did. That's one of the reasons, why we watched it, because I was like, "C'est la vie, man." Yep. But he liked to pay for companionship.
Yep. Well, it's just nuts, in some parts of the country that's legal, and other parts
it's not.
You can't do that.
But also has Damon Wayans in it, and it's a sports movie.
Yeah.
So we watched that. Got some Wingstop, which was good. Then took it easy. I fell asleep towards the middle of Celtic Pride because I was tired from getting tattooed and everything.
Oh, I bet that takes a lot out of
you. And then the game too, that took a lot out of me. So that was it was a good day. And then we did watch the Marcelo Hernandez.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Glad you liked it, man.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
a good. It was definitely a good comedy special that I just didn't expect from someone I didn't really know if he was like a stand-up or not. I just knew he was on SNL and then was in Happy Gilmore 2.
It's always surprising when you see these SNL guys kind of do stand-up, but it's pretty awesome. So, yeah. Did you see Cam Patterson's impression of Michael Irvin from last Saturday's episode?
No, I missed it. It was pretty funny.
Dude. He kills it, man. He's like, my dad was a brick of cocaine, and my mom. He knocked it out of the park.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I did hear he might be in trouble with SNL a little bit because he said that it was gay.
Yeah, on that Kill Tony special, that was. Dude, he crushed that bit, man. I mean, it was hilarious what he was talking about with SNL.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised if Lord Michaels takes offense to it because you know how he is. But
dude, that's why I didn't even want him to join SNL. It's like, dude, why would you do this? You're doing way better.
It made no sense to me. I'm like, you want to go just be like completely hampered and not able to do
and
anything.
Make less money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably making them. I don't know.
No, we actually looked it up. And
yeah,
because I was kind of curious. I was like, I wonder what they make per episode. And it's around like 20,000 if you're kind of like on the bottom tier like him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, he's making way more than that as a stand-up and like doing like touring. And
yeah,
stuff.
I'm sure.
So I was really shocked that he joined us. So I hope he gets fired.
Well, and then you're missing out on all that touring.
I mean, look
at
at Shane.
To be there.
Like Shane got fired, and then now he's like he's about to play Philly's Veterans Stadium. It's insane.
Oh man. Yeah. So
Sounds like a good weekend, man.
Good weekend.
Nice.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens next weekend. But let's get into it here. Let's get into some headlines. Get your headlines.
Are you ready for some football?
It's football, bro. Happens.
Close the file. 69. Offense. He's giving them the business.
Oh, man. Giving him the business.
Yep.
God forbid.
Let's start with your game. We'll just go in order.
Yeah, let's do it. The Bills came into Mile High to kick off the divisional round this weekend, and it was, thankfully, football weather. Because middle of the week it was supposed to be like 60. All of a sudden, we got like 30 degrees. So it was football weather.
It was probably
finally.
one of the best weathers of the whole, divisional round weekend, honestly, because it was about 40 and wasn't windy really at all. So, yeah, it was a good weekend for it, and there's a lot of controversy that came out of this game. It split a lot of people. It's crazy. On NFL Daily, Greg Rosenthal, all those guys, they agree that the catch. We'll get to the details of it a second ago, but that. It wasn't a catch. It was an interception. He never had full possession. And then I watched PTI yesterday, and they disagreed. And I'm like, this is one of the most split plays I've ever seen, man. Maybe since the Des Bryant one.
It didn't help that there was one in the Rams-Chicago game, but that one didn't look
different. It was
watching
different.
it live, I'm like, that was a catch.
He has his knee down.
Yes, but watching the other one live, it was just like instantaneous. Jaquan's on him, comes up with it, and I'm like, I don't know. To me, watching it, I'm obviously a little bit biased, but I was like, that was an interception.
Yeah,
that's what I said when he popped up. I was like, that's an interception.
I mean, dude, I'm not even a Broncos fan, and I was like, that was clearly an interception because he never had full possession. And then here's the thing: is like on Sunday, I think it was, we see a different angle of it where it's not behind the guy. I can't really describe it, but it's basically a different angle to where you clearly see that Brandon Cooks never had possession, and it bounces off his chest into Jaquan McMillan's hands, and it was an interception. There's no way of arguing any other way. You can't say he had full possession because once he hit the ground, he never even for a split second has
no. The ball was like he's on top of Cooks. The ball's bouncing around, and he comes up with it. I mean, it's one of those things, dude. There's no matter what we do, they're going to sit here and the Bills fans are going to say it was bullshit.
Oh, they're incorrigible, man. These Bills fans are horrible. That's why I've been quote tweeting them all week.
You have your reasons, obviously.
Well, and that's just it. It's because here and there's I've seen a lot of good posts where they explain that like they will not take full responsibility. Here's the thing, and this is what I texted you that night. I was starting to get a little tipsy at State House because one reason I went there too on Saturday night is I picked up Juno's ashes. So I was like, all right, I'm going to like really kind of, take in this night, kind of take some libations and get through this night, And so I got a little tipsy. And so after all that, I went on this long kind of rant. I was like, dude, I agree with you, man. I'm sorry about Bo Nix. And I typed out this whole thing that was like, yeah, man, like that's just it. It's like, for them to say the refs lost in that game is just asinine.
Yeah.
For Josh Allen to run, I know you just said you missed that play, but I know you saw it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what he was doing.
Why would you run the ball?
He's running like this too with the ball, with it like out over here. Like what are you doing?
Not only that, Tony Romo said right before that, he was like, we're going to get a Hail Mary here. This is even risky right here. You never know what could happen. And then instead of just throwing the ball away or sliding, he runs, and then Nick Bonito, fucking dog, caused the fumble. They get the ball. They kick field goal. Look what they lost by 3 points. The decisions he was making, man. One of the interceptions like that Brandon Cooks one, that's not quite on him.
I'm not going to put that one on. But either way, you take that one away, four other turnovers that were backbreakers. I mean, they should have blown us out, really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, defense made plays, turnovers happened, and Bo Nix made plays when it counted. They weren't bad in the first half, but the Broncos really stalled out in the second half. I think they had 47 total.
Yeah, I think it was like 47, 49.
But guess what? When it mattered, Bo Nix made the plays needed, and then unfortunately, just a freak thing, man.
Well,
you can barely tell, like, unless I saw the only time I saw what happened was when ESPN slowed it down and they had that like circle, like zoom in on it, and you just see him like step on his toe and his ankle just tweak a little bit, and that's what did it.
So where do you think it happened? Do you think it happened on the kneel down or the
no?
play
It was a play before that.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know, man. I think maybe it looked like the kneel down to me.
Maybe, but that'd suck if you broke your fucking ankle because on a kneel down. You're like, ah!
See, and that's I see that play went all over Saturday night, and I'm like, that doesn't really look like, because he gets up totally fine, but then when he goes to kneel down, one of the Bills defenders shoves him, and he kind of tweaks it.
Okay.
And then he gets up, and he's really kind of like limping afterwards a little bit. But it's weird. It's so unfortunate, man. I mean, I do feel bad for him. You never want to see that. But yeah, I mean, the Broncos defense played really good. We do need to kind of move on, but the thing of it is that,
sure.
To wrap this up, I mean, the Bills, we'll get to the coaching vacancy here in a second, but like I do feel really bad for Sean McDermott having to take the fall for this when it came out today that he went to halfway through this year, went to the ownership, Pagula and Brandon Bead, and said, we do not have the players we need. And then that really upset them. I guess it hurt their ego. But and I don't really put this on McDermott, but here's two reasons why I can't agree with the firing. The 13-second game, you don't kick that ball out of bounds.
Yep.
Well, no, that's what he kicked it into the end zone, allowed for no time to go off the clock. If you kick that inbounds and have us run the ball, we're not able to tie it up.
Yep.
Here's the other one. You tell Josh Allen, do not fucking run the ball. We have 7 seconds left, or you haven't been able to get anything on offense. We've already had 2 turnovers. Don't do anything. Just how about let's go out and kneel the ball?
Yeah.
Just kneel the ball. And so, I mean,
I also think blaming it on the refs, I don't feel bad for Josh Allen for losing this game, because he is the reason why he's crying at the end in his press conference. He knows he let his team down.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that he was the only one that took responsibility for it. McDermott right away was like, the refs, blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of why I thought he was going to get fired. I told you that night after, or the Sunday morning, I was like, he's gone tomorrow. And I mean, we'll get into it a little bit, but I think Harbaugh might be kicking himself in the ass over.
Oh, big time. Yeah. I thought Nick Wright actually had a good take to where he thinks the Buffalo Bills should go after Belichick. I was like, that'd be pretty good. I don't know, Belichick.
I don't know if you want to deal with that circus though, with his girlfriend.
Dude, that's why if you read the tweet from Nick, right, it's a pretty funny tweet. You're like, well, you better pray she doesn't like the snow, so where they have to deal with the long distance relationship. Yeah, I mean, who wants to deal with that?
Yeah,
but,
all right.
Yeah,
definite bummer, but Broncos move on, and it's at home. We'll see what can happen, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But let's move on to the nightcap game. The Seattle Seahawks.
We'll be able to go.
We don't have to spend much time on this one.
Great.
Yeah, Seahawks absolutely annihilate the incredibly hampered San Francisco 49ers, 41-6.
So here's a funny stat for you. In the first 13 seconds of the game, the Seahawks scored more points than the 49ers were able to in the entire game.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed.
So right after, I was taking a shower to go to State House, and right after the Broncos game ended, I had my tablet going and like the speaker and stuff in the bathroom, and then I was like, all right, Broncos game's done, time to put on the Seahawks game. As soon as I put it on, I'm like, it's 7-0? What the? How is it already 7-0? And then I find out they show the replay of Shaheed just taking it to the house.
Yeah.
And it was game over after that, man.
Yeah, and after that, Kenneth Walker III rushes for 3 scores. The Seattle Seahawks advance to the NFC Championship game. It runs through Seattle, and that's all we really have to say about that one, I think. I mean,
also Kenneth Walker, 3 TDs on the game, man.
Oh, I did say that. Yeah.
How many? Maybe you did.
3 TDs. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantasy owners, they got to be pissed about that because he really didn't do much all year long. It was actually Cooper Kupp leading the team in receiving with 60. JSN was kind of pretty quiet throughout the game, but I think next week JSN's going to come alive a little more. The Rams do have one Achilles heel, and that is their cornerbacks. So
yeah, and Jackson Smith and Jigba did have the 1 touchdown, but other than that, he was not very present on the stat sheet. And Sam Darnold did all he needed to. 17 passes thrown, 12 of 17, 1 touchdown. We'll see if that lat injury is going to sneak up this week, but if you got Kenneth Walker going 19 carries for 116 and 3 touchdowns, it doesn't really matter.
And you got Shaheed. I mean, and that defense is just stout. You got Reek Woolen, you got Witherspoon, DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Jerron Reed. I wish the Chiefs never let him go. I mean, that defense can win the Super Bowl. I mean, to dominate like that in a divisional game, 41-6. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen with the Rams. But, yeah, they handle business. I'm really liking the Seattle team.
They're standing on business.
Yep.
Yes, so let's move on to the Sunday slate, as that one was full of some snow.
Yeah, it was a fun weather football game. And the New England Patriots, seems like we're right back in it, how things come back around. They win again and advance to the AFC Championship, where now, dating back to 2011, we will have a Patriots or Chiefs in the AFC Championship game every year since 2011.
I didn't even think about that. That continued that streak. Yeah.
Because it was either Brady or Mahomes for the longest time, and now, even without Brady, the Patriots are keeping the streak going. It's insane. I think that's 15, 16 years now. It's just unbelievable. But, I mean, it was a very ugly game, really defensive game. Because C.J. Stroud had one of the worst games in divisional playoff history in 2 playoff games. I think he had
9 or 10, depending. Well,
it was like 5 interceptions, and then I think it might be 5 fumbles too.
Yeah, but I think they only lost one of those fumbles. But yeah, I mean, to have that many turnovers, dude, is not good, and you have to wonder, is it coaching or is it C.J. Stroud? I think we're going to see probably a move here for an OC or somebody to come in and switch things around, and because D'Amico's doing good. The defense is great.
The defense is amazing. I felt bad for that defense. I mean, they kept getting turnovers. Drake May kept fumbling the ball, and then he had 1 interception as well. But, I mean, it didn't matter. Like, you know, the defense can only do so much, and I couldn't believe it. C.J. Stroud, you know, every time it looked like they were getting some rhythm going, he would have a throw that was just like, what was that? I mean, way off target.
Yeah.
He was ass, dude.
Yeah, he did not look good. He looked like not a starting quarterback in the NFL, and that's something they're going to have to figure out by next year, whether or not he's going to continue to be the starter. You got to bring in somebody to compete with him, but Drake May continues to look really, really good. I mean, I'm not going to lie, even though I'm a homer, in my playoff bracket, I had the Broncos getting to the AFC Championship against the Patriots, and I had the Patriots winning. That was before I knew Bo Nix was out. With Bo Nix out, we'll see what happens, but this Patriots team looks scary.
That defense, man, with Milton Williams, that's what really makes a big difference. He came back a couple of weeks ago. Will Campbell came back, and those guys had a real tough time. I mean, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, I mean, that's just it. Is like, that's good practice for the Broncos because they just went up against probably the best DN combo. Now they're going up against Cooper and Benito, and then you got, you know, Zach Allen there in the middle who's just wrecks, you know. But, you know, the thing of it is like, the Patriots really stuffed the run in this. Woody Marks the week before had over 100 yards. In this game, 14 carries, 17 yards.
Yeah.
You know, they had, I think, a total of like 24, 28 carries and only 45 yards as a
like
team.
1.2.
It was awful. I mean,
his longest was 8, so really a lot of those were for nothing.
Yeah, a lot of tackle for losses. Christian Gonzalez is just shutting guys down, man. He is playing out of his mind. You know, obviously, we got to mention that Nico Collins wasn't able to play in this game, but I really don't think it would have mattered because this is another year where we see Stroud just kind of fall apart, and he's one of those guys, I'll show a little open up a little bit. And I know you've seen it where in one thing I always have to work on is my face. I show my emotion on my face all the time. CJ Stroud, dude, when he's upset,
Yeah, he's all sad and
you
curmudgeon-y
can
looking.
see when he's flustered, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like, and as a defense, you're just eating that up. You're like, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
kill
we're in
this
his
guy.
head. Yeah.
And I mean, dude, towards the end of the game, I mean, it was pathetic. And so, really, what put it away, because it was still a pretty close game where it was 16-21. The Texans were only down by 5, and then they were driving down, and then of course they throw an interception in the red zone, and then the Patriots drive down, and he throws a beautiful ball to Kayshon Boutte, which is actually a crazy mirror of itself, where they did the same thing to the Texans. I think it was last year.
Yeah.
But Kayshon Boutte made a one-handed touchdown.
It was an
catch.
incredible grab.
Unbelievable, man. So
Yeah, Kayshon Boutte, 3 receptions, 75 yards, 1 touchdown, long of 32. The two-headed attack rushing, too, is another huge problem.
Yeah.
You got Ramondre Stevenson, 16 carries, 70 yards, and then Travion Henderson, 12 carries, 25 yards. He didn't have as big of a game, but they didn't really need to because
Still
Drake May
effective.
was slinging it.
Yep,
So
still very effective, but yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a game. If Drake May can just kind of like hold on to the ball and stop making, it's just he kind of holds.
he was
on to
getting
the
ready
ball.
to get. They were talking about possibly benching him in that first half
Yeah.
on the broadcast. Like, I don't know if he might be getting benched or not, but because he was having a terrible game too.
Yeah, he
so
really was. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be tough because that's good Broncos defense, but everybody's talking up Jarrett Stidham, so we will see. I was really shocked that the Broncos they blitzed about half the time and they only got about 20% of pressure, so it was really nuts.
I thought it was weird. It was strange because I figured after seeing what happened last week and getting to Josh Allen that we would have pressured more, but it ended up working out. I think they just kind of let Josh do what he was going to do and took advantage of what happened, which ended up going in their favor. But let's get to the nightcap of Sunday. Los Angeles Rams take on the Chicago Bears in Chicago, and the Rams get away with a 20-17 win.
This was a classic here. We all will remember the throw that Caleb Williams put at the end of the game. I don't know what they're going to nickname it, and that's just it. Is like if they had won, this would be known as like the catch or the Minneapolis
the
Miracle
scramble or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
But unfortunately, because DJ Moore stops running and he throw an interception overtime, it won't go down in infamous history. But that throw, I was eating dinner and my jaw dropped. Like I think my food dropped a little bit from my fork. Like I could not believe the play he made. And
to scramble back 25, 30 yards it seemed like, and then just off your back foot throw a rope to Cole Kmet in the end zone. Maybe there was a little bit of a push off.
I don't think so. I mean,
He looked like he was giving up on the play because that was Kobe Bryant, wasn't it?
I think the rules analyst really did a good job breaking it down. Where they're both kind of hand fighting, and he really didn't extend that much. They just kind of broken away, and then Kobe Durant made the mistake of whining to the ref while the ball's in the air instead of focusing on the play.
Getting back
he
over.
probably could have got an interception, but
probably. But Harrison Mevis, the thicker kicker, with the dagger. Out of Mizzou, 42-yard field goal in overtime after Cam Curl intercepted a pass by Williams. As Chad said, that was the play that DJ Moore just kind of gave up on. And it looked bad for Caleb until you saw what happened, and you're like, oh, well, he just quit running.
Yep.
But Puka Nacua had a pretty dang good game, as he tends to do. I mean, the Rams, I think, if it wasn't for the fact that they were on the road, I would pick them to get to the Super Bowl. But I think going on the road is going to really hurt them. It's
going to be tough, especially playing in Seattle. I mean, they said that when Shaheed had that kickoff return, they registered on the Richter scale, so they just got so loud. So, It's going to be really tough to play in Seattle. I don't know how the weather's going to be, but everybody seems kind of be healthy. Devontae Adams had a ridiculous catch in overtime to get him closer to field goal range. And Matt Stafford, man, that's just it. Is like when the game's on the line and he needs to make a game-winning drive.
He is very clutch.
He will do it. And I mean, he put the ball on the money. There was like a 3rd and 5, I think it was, and then they got the ball to Nakua, and it was just like, God damn, they come through anytime they need to.
I watched like a clip of Puka Nakua because before every drive he has the same assistant or whoever it is, trainer guy, smack him on the shoulder pads 3 times. And I think throughout that game he got like smacked on the shoulders like 40 some times.
Yeah.
And that's just how he gets ready.
Nice.
I mean,
he's hyped up, man. I like him a lot because after the game, he was so hyped up. He was like interrupting Matt Stafford's interview with the reporter, and then he was like talking to the camera, just going like nuts, and to where he forgot where the locker room was at. He kind of acted a little goofy where he couldn't remember where it was at. So it was, he's a likable guy. He's a really good player, and he just catches everything. He catches everything with his hands. And
he attacks the ball. That's the one thing. He's one of the few receivers nowadays that just attacks the ball.
Doesn't use his body. That's how
he goes after it. Unfortunate for the Bears. I mean, I really thought after that pass, I was like, dude, they're going to pull this off because I was just like, that was such a momentum killer for the Rams. But we'll see what's going to happen next year. I think Caleb Williams has shown enough that there's something there. But Ben Johnson, I do feel like, why didn't you try to ice Harrison Mevis?
Yeah.
Well, he already had missed the one clutch kick, and it's just like, why not? Well, you can't take him home.
He does make some really risky calls because there was like 2 4th downs that they missed on, like 2 4th and goals, I believe it was. And it's like, that's 6 points right there, man. Just take the points.
Yeah, it is kind of that Detroit mentality of like, just go for everything.
I will say, I was very pleased with the Chicago fans. It is the total opposite of the Philly fans, where as the game ended, and I even think this probably would have happened if it didn't go overtime. They gave Caleb Williams and the Bears a standing ovation, clapped for their team in appreciation for such a good season. That is the fan base like you want to see, and you would never see Philly fans do it. They'd be throwing rocks at them and stuff.
They'll be booing.
Philly fans are the worst, man.
We all know that.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the conference championships. And obviously we kind of touched on these teams a little bit, but Saturday we have are they both on Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
They're always on Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. So the Broncos will be taking on the Patriots, and that is the early game, and then the Rams will be taking on the Seattle Seahawks in the nightcap. Oh, man, I don't know. We'll touch on the Broncos real quick. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but I will say this. There's a reason why a few years ago, Sean Payton made Jarrett Stidham one of the highest paid backups.
Day one. That was his first move as head coach.
And there's a reason why he's stuck around, because I'm sure he's had opportunities. There was something that came up today about the Patriots reaching out to his agent.
I saw that.
So he's had chances to leave. Sean Payton believes in him fully, and honestly, it's weird. When he got hurt, Bo Nix, I was like, man, that sucks. But for some reason, Sean Payton coming out right after, which was very odd. They could have waited till Wednesday. That was
his second post-game interview.
Yeah, he came back out for another interview. And even just the way he said it, I was like, he did that for a reason.
He wanted to put some confidence in Jarrett Stidham, and I like that.
And I don't feel as bad about this game as I thought.
Oh, yeah.
It's here. The defense
I was going to say, you have a top 5
Yeah, we got a top 5
3
defense, top 3 depending on what you look at. And, I think it can't be much worse. The offense hasn't been that great. Yeah. I mean, Bo Nix outplayed Josh Allen, but the defense was really what saved us in that game, and that's really all we need here. And if Sam Darnold can make it to the damn Super Bowl, so can Jarrett Stidham.
Yeah. Sam Darnold.
He's been playing really good. Jarrett Stidham.
When you see that stat that he is only, I think it's Tom Brady, I think Peyton Manning, and then maybe Dan Marino to have back-to-back 14-win seasons.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy for two different teams. Too,
Not
which
even
is weird.
for two different teams, and on the Vikings and Seahawks. Not even like the Chiefs or the Patriots or the Rams. Like.
So I'm not trying to sell him short, but we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see. Also, J.K. Dobbins' practice window opened up yesterday, so he may be available for this game.
That's good.
Which one thing the Broncos have been missing is a running attack. Sean Payton does not believe in the two running backs we've got right now in Bidet and
Harvey,
and then damn it,
McLaughlin.
Yes, thank you. You know our team better than I do. McLaughlin, he doesn't trust the running game, and it's just time to see if JK can come back. Then it might be the spark they need.
It's a tough test too, because that Patriots run defense. I mean, dude,
they saw what they did.
Houston, it was tough. So it's gonna be a hell of a game. It'll be at 1:00 Mountain Time, and unfortunately on CBS, to where we gotta listen to Tony Romo. Jim, coming for Josh Allen. Jim. Oh, he's the worst, dude.
He was so good in the beginning. I had so much faith for him, and then it just all went to hell.
He did get that call right, where I think, to the little Jordan Humphrey.
He's like, this one's going to go to the outside. Little Jordan Humphrey, watch this.
Yeah, he was like, you know what I do in these situations? You try to go for a touchdown right before half and all this. It's the way to go. And they did. And he did get that right. Nance gave him credit for it. But, then you got to deal with everything else he says. But I really dig in it. Like, Tirico with the call on Caleb Williams.
That was a great call.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
He was so excited.
Yeah, it was an insane play.
But I mean, that's the way to do it. If Al Michaels did that, it'd be like, and that was a touchdown. Like, I love Al Michaels, but he's just
he's just mad because that probably went against the bet he had on the spread or something.
He's just too old to do it anymore.
Yeah. But, so let's move on to the nightcap. The Rams taking on Seattle in Seattle. This one should be...
This is a banger right here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think if Bo Nix was available, we'd be a lot more... they'd both be really good games. I still think the first game's going to be good, but this game, I think, is going to be the best game of the weekend. And, I think the Seahawks are going to pull it out.
I do, but I really do think it's going to be a one-score game. I'm not really sure what the spread is. I could pull up Gamecast, but I do think that Sean McVay is a wizard when it comes to having an extra card up his sleeve, and I think that
it's minus 2.5 for the Seahawks.
Wow, damn, that is close.
So they're calling it damn near a push.
I mean, you look what he did with Whittington last week. He's got Parkinson. It's like, how many tight ends does he have? They're making plays. It's just what's the other one? Higbee.
Yeah,
they just. So many tight ends, and
just
then they
keep rolling them out at
running
you.
Back duo, but their Achilles heel is their outside corners. They were able to have a good game in that last one, but that was against the 49ers team that I really think just hit a max where the injuries just caught up to them. To where they had guys dropping in that game too, and they really couldn't get any further because they were too hurt. But the Rams are going to have a tough time with Cooper Kupp, JSN, even Barner at tight end. I mean, that's a hell of a team they got there.
Yeah, and you look at the season leaders just between the two teams. Sam Darnold, 4,048 yards. Matt Stafford, 4,707 yards. Kyron Williams, 1,252 yards. Kenneth Walker, 1,027. They're pretty evenly matched. And Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba are only like 83 off of each other in terms of yards. So I do get why Las Vegas has it the way they have it, because these teams are pretty evenly matched. It's just going to be a matter of, can Sam Darnold pull it off? Can he beat Matt Stafford, who through these playoffs has been incredibly clutch when it comes down to the final seconds?
Yeah, they're the first game this year. The Rams picked them off 4 times, kind of dominated in that game. And then they came back and they tried like a 60-yarder to try to tie it up, but they obviously missed that. And then in the second game was probably my favorite game of the year, where it was a crazy 2-point conversion backwards pass that allowed Seattle to kind of tie it up, and then they ended up going on winning. So it's going to be a good one. I definitely don't think it's going to be a blowout, not like that last one.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to this weekend. It should be fun. Like I said, I have faith for some reason. I don't know why. It may be unwarranted, but at this point, the Broncos are playing with house money. So,
yep. But let's get to the rest of the headlines. In that Seattle game, Zach Charbonnet did tear his ACL. That makes like 13 or 14 different injuries this year where there were ACL injuries.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit. And then in other news yesterday, shocking, kind of, to some people, Sean McDermott, like we mentioned, was fired. And yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who they bring in there.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, I do feel like John Harbaugh is probably kicking himself as he was one of the first major coaching hires going to the New York Giants for 5 years. I saw a video of him today starting to tour the facility, so he's getting acclimated to his new surroundings. But I do feel like he's probably like, son of a bitch, Jackson Dart, Josh Allen.
I know.
6'7".
Well, I'm really glad that he isn't coaching the Bills. That would have been pretty scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, take us to the next hire.
The next hire was today. It was last night. It was last night. The Titans hired Robert Saleh.
And this one I'm a little, I don't know. I feel like if I just drafted what's supposed to be our franchise generational quarterback, and we just kind of had a defensive, Vrabel's more or less defensive, I feel like, because he doesn't really run the offense. But I just feel like you would want to get somebody that's more offensive minded.
You know, they let go of Vrabel a couple of years ago. They had
well, I didn't want to talk about Callahan.
Yeah. 'Cause he was an offensive guy, but he just sucked.
Yeah.
But I was kind of surprised they brought in Saleh too. And that's what I was shocked because Nagy was like a lead finalist for that job.
Yeah, it's just you look at what happened in New York. He was terrible about bringing along quarterbacks, and it seemed weird to me. But we'll see how it goes. He did seem to change the culture around the defense, and when he went back to San Fran, look at what happened with their defense.
Defense was great.
So defense is going to be good. I just am extremely interested to see where they go with the OC.
Yeah, they're going to have to bring a good OC in for sure.
Yeah. Other news, Atlanta hires Kevin Stefanski as he left the Browns and moved a little further down south into Atlanta. And I don't know about that one either.
Well, I think that one really fits.
Yeah, I mean, he is a very good offensive.
With Kirk Cousins,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was Kirk Cousins' OC at Minnesota. He was the quarterback coach, and then when they fired the OC, he took over as the OC, and Kirk Cousins was doing great.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of history together. I think that's why.
It will be funny to see them go fully back in on Kirk Cousins.
Yep. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Because I think Michael Penix really needs to consider just like stepping away from football.
Well, especially I don't even know if he'll be able to play.
Yeah,
you know,
too many ACL But
so,
we already mentioned the Harbaugh one, and then Miami hired Jeff Hafley, the defensive coordinator from the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, they probably need to get a little hard nosed down there. A defensive guy makes sense.
Yep.
They don't like playing in cold weather. Get a guy down there that's that's all he's done.
One way to look at it. I was pretty surprised by this one. I thought they would really try to bring in somebody to kind of reinvent the offense, but
they just had the whiz kid there,
Yeah, we'll see.
And then this one, it's not shocking, but it is kind of.
It's definitely not shocking. I mean, Andy Reid never hires out of his, and that's why a lot of Chiefs fans were like, "Wow, they haven't even announced that they have any interviews coming up or anything like that." I think it was clearly they're waiting to find out what's going on with the Bears, waiting for them to lose out of the playoffs.
Well, they had to wait until they were after they were out to have an official interview. But yeah, it's not surprising. Eric Bieniemy back home with Papa Andy and back with Mahomes. Who,
you know what I never realized? He was Adrian Peterson's running back coach.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy.
You see that video of him laying into Adrian
Peterson?
Peterson?
Yeah, I did see that.
Dude, he's mean.
Yeah, I think that's why nobody wants to be a head coach because he's kind of an asshole.
Well, and that's fine. We'll take him as the OC.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
we didn't interview They
just were like
anybody else. Yep.
Yeah.
But they also brought in a wide receivers coach because they fired their running backs coach, their wide receivers coach, the defensive line coach, the defensive quality control coach. They cleaned house on a lot of different departments. But the wide receiver coach they brought in is Chad O'Shea. Brought in a Chad. That's a good sign.
There you go. Yep.
He was the wide receiver coach for the Browns the last 4 years, and he won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So, he's got a really good resume, way better resume than O'Connor that was just there recently. So I'm excited about that one. But the Eric Bieniemy one, apparently, even during the season while Nagy was the coach, I guess the word was all the players wanted EB back. And
well, when we had Farzine on, he talked about the fact that Nagy and Bieniemy, if you look at Mahomes with him, it was Mahomes' most productive, effective years were when Bieniemy was there.
Yep. And then also, what's the other thing I was going to say about that? Just that EB, he really does hold these guys. So Mahomes did an interview the other day. I think it was on, I can't remember what network or anything like that, but he was asked about his rehab, kind of just how things are going. And they asked him about the OC and who he would want in. And he specifically said, I want somebody that's going to hold people accountable. And there was a few other things he said about it. When he said those words, we all knew he was talking about EB.
Yeah,
so it's
held
nice
people accountable. Yeah.
And so I'm excited to see. I mean, you look at Mahomes' numbers; he had 2 5,000-yard seasons when EB was there. So I'm hoping that it gets things back on the right track.
Yes, indeedly, doodly. Let's move on to the next thing, though, as that was the last of the coaching hires, and this one is a little bit of a conspiracy theory, if you will. It's a strange one, as the San Francisco 49ers practice facility is by a giant
like power station. Like next to
it's
it.
like part of their it's like on their property.
Yeah.
And there's this new thing coming out, especially with George Kittle tearing his ACL and all of the injuries they've had, that power station is somehow negatively impacting these players and their healing abilities.
So if you look into, I guess, like what they're talking about with the science of it, it like brings down the electromagneticity around anywhere near it, and that damages tissues. And then if you look at how many injuries the 49ers have had, that's why people are starting to see a pattern. And then I saw a couple days ago, Delaney Walker, who I think had played for the 49ers a while back, talked about it, and he was like, dude, this shit's real, man. He was like, I don't like going anywhere near it, and I think they should seriously look into this. It definitely sounds like a conspiracy theory, but when you look at, I mean, they just lost George Kittle the other day. Granted, it was in Philly, but it's like maybe these guys' soft tissues are weakened from playing near them.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I just found. So low-frequency electromagnetic fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at levels regulators call safe. We have a real-world case study proving this, an NFL team whose practice facility sits next to a massive electrical substation. That was from Peter Cowan at Living Energy on Twitter, or X, if you will. But, I mean, it is strange. You look over the years, the 49ers have been one of the most injured teams in the last few years.
I mean, you look at C-Mac, dude. C-Mac really was pretty healthy when he was on the Panthers. Then he goes to the 49ers. I mean, he had a few.
He had a couple of ankle things.
But it wasn't too bad. But then he goes to the 49ers, and then all of a sudden, this crazy calf tendonitis thing popped up. And what is that? That's a tendon.
Yeah, it is a tendon.
You
ain't lying. He
had to go to Germany to try to get that taken care of. So, maybe they should move the practice field. Maybe underneath the highway like Cincinnati.
Yeah, there you go. Just underneath the overpass. Shove it where you can.
Yep.
You got to. When you're in a city, you just got to fit where you can.
Yeah.
You got to make the footprint work.
All right, let's
get into
the Daily Dogs.
Daily Dogs. Who let the what? Who let the what? Who let the I got to find where I put it. Hold on a second, Chad.
I thought you were just
Let me find this. I might. I don't know. There it is. Here we go.
Daily Dogs out. There we go. Yes. I was watching the Bears game, and I've been wanting to make Joe Tooney as my daily dog, and I was like, damn, if they win, I'm definitely going to do it. But then after the way the game ended, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. This guy is a legend. He's going into the Hall of Fame, no doubt. Maybe first ballot when you look at this resume, because after
It is pretty wild.
Bears, yeah, because after the first few years that he was with the Chiefs, we started to see this streak go on, and then when he won with the Bears, it's like, God damn, he just wins everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
and it's not like he's not a pivotal part of it. And one reason I wanted to make him the daily dog too is because he did the same thing that he did with the Chiefs last year, where their left tackle was injured, and he moves over to left tackle and has a pretty damn good game.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they were talking about that a lot, about them shifting over to the other side and what that was going to do. And yeah, they seem to handle it well.
He is and then what's crazy is he's not like, he's kind of reminds me of like a Jason Kelsey, where he's not a big like Trent Williams massive O-line. He's kind of small, but he's really versatile and he's super smart.
Yeah,
but
explosive.
This is Joe Tooney's career. 2016 with the Pats, won the division and the Super Bowl. 2017. Won the division. 2018, won the division and the Super Bowl. 2019, won the division. 2020, nothing happened that year. Tom Brady left the year before. And then 2021, went to the Chiefs, won the division. 2022, won the division and Super Bowl. 2023, won the division and the Super Bowl. 2024, won the division. And then last year, first year with the Bears, won the division.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It is pretty incredible. I mean, talk about waking up and pissing excellence, man.
All they do is win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Daily.
All right, well, we're going big boys on this one, and I picked Mr. Frank Crum. You might not even know who I'm talking about, Chad, but
I've watched the touchdown.
oh, okay, good. I was going to say, I wasn't sure. It's a strange name. Yes, Mr. Frank Crum, who caught one hell of a touchdown pass with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter in last week's game against the Bills. Crum checked in as an eligible receiver for the second time in a heavy personnel package, and from 3rd and 1 and the Bills' 7-yard line, Bo Nix play faked, rolled right, hit Crum, and it wasn't like a direct in the breadbasket. He had to reach for it.
Used his hands.
Yeah, he had to catch that damn thing.
A lot of linemen will kind of
they'll let it get to him, come to you.
Yep.
No, he caught that damn ball, and he trucked a guy. He almost damn near got blown up.
Tried jumping too. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he just it was a hell of a run, and I was happy for the guy because he's 25 years old. He's not been playing that long, and for any O-lineman, that's a dream come true, and that's exactly what he said. It's a dream come true for an O-lineman. I don't think I even scored a touchdown in backyard football, so that was the first ever in my life.
Yep.
But one of the crazy things is that this personnel package was brought in by former offensive, consultant, if you will. Hold on a second. John Morton, who was recently let go from the Detroit Lions.
Oh, okay.
So John Morton came in and drew up that play for Sean Payton after returning as a consultant when the Lions fired him as their OC. And, kind of a strange little coincidence. He gets fired by the Lions, comes over to us, and he's consulting.
Catching touchdowns.
Well, no,
or not him, but
yeah. But yeah, no. Hats off to Frank Crum. I just thought it was great too because it wasn't like a catch in the end zone; like he had to run.
Yeah, it was a total route. Yeah. He acted like he was blocking. He was eligible.
Hell of a route.
Remembered to report himself as eligible.
You got to. Don't not do that.
Go ahead and hit your
daily.
Keep going on the O-line for a little bit because I don't know if you realize this, but I found out this morning that the infamous offensive line coach for the Bills retired after that game, and that could be a real big kicker because they've had like a top 5 offensive line for about 6 or 7 years now, and that's going to be, he's like a really older guy. He retired. I don't know his name, but yeah, it's that could be a real difference maker going into next year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's going to obviously be a definite changing of the guard there. So,
all right. Let's move on to last night's college football championship.
Let's do it. Let's do it right now. Do.
That man next to you is a believer. That man next to you is somebody who wants this thing. That man next to you is somebody that got to have it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
Gangster, Mr. Signetti.
Yeah, Signetti getting the natty.
This is probably my favorite college football story in years. I am so inspired by so many facets of this season. I knew it was coming right there. I didn't even realize that his mom had MS because I've watched Indiana games and I've seen where they're sitting kind of in a special seating, but I didn't realize that it's handicap seating. And he had a great interview before the game that they showed where he said, you know, if you watch his interviews, I mean, the guy is like on cloud nine all the time. He's
a little weird.
He
makes weird eye contact.
And he never once says like It's almost like they're scripted, but you could tell they're not.
Yeah.
Because he just comes out with it.
Yeah.
But he was asked where all of his like emanating optimism comes from, and he said it comes from his mom because with her having MS for the last 15 years, she's always positive and she's going through this every day. He said there's no reason for me not to be positive and optimistic.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was amazing. And you see the way that reflects on the field with his heart. I mean, this Indiana team, they need to do there needs
30
to be
for 30.
an untold on it. I don't know. They're the first team in FBS history to get to 16 wins. They were 16-0 this year.
Yep.
I mean, if you would have picked Indiana to win it all at the beginning of the year, you would have, you know, people
Probably
would
would
have
have
to you.
insane amount of money.
I think they would have. I think the preseason they were maybe ranked around like 7th or 8th or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was unbelievable. It was a hell of a game, and that 4th down call to put them in the end zone to like kind of pinball into the end zone was just unbelievable. I mean, this guy's heart. He had a huge bruise on his arm from getting hit.
He got smacked in the end zone.
Yeah.
He juked. He trucked a guy.
Yep.
And then he jumped in.
He
And then,
reached over the plane. Yep. But Indiana finishes 27-21. 14 points scored in the fourth quarter by Miami as a late surge. But Carson Beck's career, he's had at Georgia and Miami, he's had 6 total losses. That's it. But out of those 4 losses, the game has ended on the last play by an interception by Beck.
Yeah, that is crazy. Imagine that. I mean, Signetti, obviously, the mastermind behind all of this, came out and said, you know, it's a paradigm shift that's happening. This is the new college football. His quote is, people can cling to an old way of thinking, categorizing teams as this or that, or conferences as this or that, or they can adjust to the new world, the shift in the power dynamic in college football today. And that is true. I mean, you could see a lot of these teams, and Indiana was pretty much just a basketball school up until this last year. I mean, they obviously had a football program, but they never really did anything. And Signetti comes in, they use the transfer portal to their advantage and absolutely dominate the CFP.
Well, what's great too is it's not like they brought in guys like from Georgia or Ohio State and stuff. He brought in guys from James Madison, where he previously coached. You know, I mean, like that Isaiah Jones, who recovered the punt block in the end zone. You know, he brought on guys just kind of like what Prime did, and instead took this team to glory.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at Mendoza himself. He was a 2-star recruit, didn't get any offers really, goes to Cal, tries to walk on to Miami, where he's from. They say no. He goes, transfers. Before he comes back, goes to Indiana. He tries to go Miami again. They say they're not interested. And now he goes home and beats the team he wanted to play for.
Yeah, pretty wild. It's crazy that
and now he's going to be a Las Vegas Raider.
I know, man. I feel so bad for him, dude.
I'm telling you, dude, they're going to hire Signetti. Telling you,
dude, I'll bet
it's gonna happen.
What do you?
I don't know.
He ain't leaving.
I'll buy you a 12-pack.
Right. Samuel Adams, man.
Yeah,
no, George Killians. George Killians. We at least got to shake
okay,
on
we'll
George
shake
Killians.
All right.
All
George
right.
Killians.
I want to bring this up because I heard this after the Oregon game. Put it in the bet book.
Yeah.
All right.
Killians.
They blew out Oregon. It was like 50-something to I think like 21. I mean, they completely killed Oregon in the semifinal game. And I heard this stat, and this proves that this success is largely due to Cignetti, because a lot of these national championship teams, especially like last year with Ohio State and LSU in the past, they have dozens of 4 and 5 star players. When they played Oregon, guess how many 4 or 5 star players, 4 and up, Oregon had?
Oh, they're probably all
52 to 56.
Yeah.
Okay. Indiana, 7. That's coaching, that's scheme, that's heart, that's morality. That's not getting
It also
the best
doesn't say
talent
what
in the
is
nation.
5-star. Like, does that just kind of poo-poo 4 and 5-star recruits a little bit? Like, do you have to start
Right.
looking at that?
Exactly. That's all on these rankings out of high school.
It's like Moneyball.
Seriously. Yep.
It's Moneyball.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, I heard that and I was like, that is just insane. That's like the Little Giants beating somebody like in that movie. I mean, that's just like the underdog, man.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see them do this, and yeah, I mean, Miami had a chance to try to go down there and win it towards the end, and Carson Beck got picked off, and that was it. It was kind of really nuts because they got the ball back like on their 1, but they still had to run the clock out, so they couldn't get a safety.
Yeah.
And they just had to barely get past the line of scrimmage, and they were able to close it out. But, yeah, it's just absolutely historic season. Signetti, I mean, the really overlying theme of this is he finally smiled.
Yeah.
And I love how he says, too, he's like, they're like, what are you going to do after this? And, because after that last semifinal game, so many coaches were like, we're going to get like Belichick on to Cincinnati, or we're going to get ready for this next game. He was like, I'm going to enjoy a cold beer tonight.
There you go.
And after that national championship game, he said, that's probably the best beer I've ever had in my life. So,
nice cold one.
yeah.
I
Amazing
like it.
story. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
I don't know if they'll be able to repeat next year because I saw a stat 30% or like 33% of players entered the transfer portal this year.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy.
Well, they're going to
A
get some
third
in,
of the
too.
players are just
Yeah.
just out of there.
That's the way it is. Yeah. Even news today, his brother, who was the backup quarterback, is going to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, because they brought in some kid from TCU or something, I think.
Oh, really? That guy wasn't very good. I can't remember.
I can't remember who it was that they brought in. I can't keep up with all the transfers until they get there.
Yeah, to close out college, just going to shift to basketball just real quick. The reason why I'm wearing this tonight is to have a little respect and support of Bill Self, who was hospitalized on Sunday and didn't travel with the team because KU is in Boulder tonight.
Oh,
They're
taking
playing
on CU.
at 10 p.m.
That's
Way past
how
my
it goes.
bedtime. It sucks, dude. They're catering to the Midwesterns, and instead of like, oh well, let's make it at 8 or something.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer. But yeah, Bill Self didn't, because he had heart surgery last year. He's lost 30 pounds trying to get healthier, and he had a little bit of a, got a little sick, but they just wanted to take all precautions. They said it's no big deal. He is all right. But Jack Vaughn, who was the Nets head coach, is an old KU player back from the 90s, he will be coaching tonight.
Nice.
Yep. So
Oh, that's cool.
just wanted to touch on that.
Hell yeah.
Let's
That's fantastic.
go
Well,
ahead,
I hope Bill
stay
Self, I hope good health for him and he
Yeah.
gets back out there. He's not too old, is he? I mean,
No,
was he like 50s,
he's
40s?
just pretty intense. He's like Bob
Yeah.
Knight out there.
Yeah, he's not choking people, though.
Throwing chairs. Well, let's stay in basketball. Let's hit hard in the paint.
Let's get hard in the paint. Going hard in the paint.
The Magic, right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why they not fouling? Jumper Murray. He's on fire. Denver bounce.
Pump fake for 2. Kobe's got the Laker record. 81-point game. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
T! Come on. I'm burning. My lungs are burning.
Yes, we got some news today.
Yeah, I'll let you take this first one.
All right, a couple big injury news coming out of the past couple of days. Jalen Williams, for the Oklahoma City Thunder, is out indefinitely with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, and those hamstrings, especially for basketball players, it's a tough one. And, I mean, even any athlete, hamstrings are one of those ones that just linger and linger and linger.
Kept Gordon out for a while.
Yeah, and it's almost better just to shut him down. And thankfully, the Thunder can probably make it without him for a little bit. He was out at the beginning of the season, wasn't he?
He was too. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what he was out for, but
I can't remember either.
You know, they actually called an offensive foul on Shea the other day.
I'm telling you, dude. It's Finch, dude. The Finch effect.
I know. I totally agree. They need to keep it up, man. People are
the
tired
Finch
of
effect,
it.
man.
Yep.
It's working. But then moving on into the second story, Jimmy Butler, unfortunately, last night tears his ACL. Done for the year. Happened in the 135-112 win over the Heat. He's going to undergo surgery here. It is a yet to be determined date, but that's a huge hit for the Warriors.
I hate to see that, man. Jimmy Butler, he's a good player, and if you watched that last night, did you see the play?
Yeah,
it was nasty.
Yeah, the ESPN or whoever was on left the mics on when they like went to commercial, and you can like hear him. Like one of his teammates is like, "Get your bitch ass up," and he's like, "Ah, man, my knee."
God, you could clearly see it twisted the wrong way. It's rough, man. That's why sometimes like you see all these people whining about like all these ACLs and stuff in the NFL. It's like, dude, this is just what happens. I mean, you could maybe attribute it to the grass and the bad playing surface, but these guys are running at full speed. The weight they have and the impact, it's bound to happen. Your ligaments are not, impenetrable. So it's gonna happen. So
here it is. So it's between Jimmy Butler and Buddy Hield. Let's see if he.
Shut your bitch ass up. Oh, my knee. You belong to the world. Come on, bro. We need you. Get your ass up.
But too, man.
Get your ass up. We need you. It's like my knee just exploded.
That's a huge loss for the Warriors, though. I would imagine they probably would be making a move now in the trade deadline.
They might have to.
Like you said, for MPJ, that does seem pretty likely.
Oof, that sucks. I hate that, honestly.
But I mean, dude, I'm not too worried about it because Draymond guarding Jokic.
I'm not worried about it so much, but I just hate that we're gonna have to see him all the time. And then in the playoffs, it was one thing when he was on the Nets. Stay over there, and
it's a good thing though that we know him so well. So we
there you
know
go
how to guard him. I think
just step on his foot. No, with this crazy brace. But yeah, that was a definite unfortunate thing, and I think you're right. They're definitely gonna be making a move, and more than likely, it probably will be MPJ. So add another hot shooter to Steph Curry, But the other news is that LeBron James is not a starter in the All-Star game for the first time in 21 years.
21 seasons. Yep. Yeah. So finally, he is not a starter. He was 8th in the voting. So yeah, this is the year they're doing the World versus USA, right?
Yeah,
I thought so.
Yeah,
they're just doing the starters for like the East and West. I see.
Yeah, I think so. Basically, that's how they're doing it.
I'm telling you, if Jamal Murray doesn't make it, especially after 42, 35, and like 32 the other day.
Go vote.
I did. Yeah, I think the deadline was the other day.
Oh, never mind.
I
voted.
Yeah. Did you vote?
I did.
Good. Me too, man. Your vote counts.
It does.
Yep. But man, I will riot if Murray isn't an All-Star. He deserves. You look at like the year Morant's having, other like maybe Devin Booker will get it, but there's a bunch of players that normally are shoo-ins, but this year I don't think they've been hurt. I think
Devin Booker and the Suns. I mean, they're not.
They're pretty sorry. I think he's got a real shot this year.
Yeah.
But fuck LeBron. I don't need to talk about it.
That's all we're gonna say. Let's go into the standings. You want to take the Eastern Conference? Or you want the West?
I'll take the East.
Okay.
Pistons keep winning. They just beat the Celtics last night, who were number 2 in the seedings. That was a huge win for the Celtics, that was a huge win for the Pistons as they beat the Celtics, who were doing pretty damn good without Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown is leading that team.
Yeah, it is surprising how they've rallied around him. So,
but they've got a big lead above the Celtics, 5.5 games up on them. Who the Celtics are 26-16. Then the Knicks are 25-18. But I heard news today that they might trade Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, yeah, they got booed out of their own stadium. They got booed out of Madison Square Garden. I guess Jalen Brunson had a team-only meeting today to talk about why they suck.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then, the Raptors at 4. That's kind of surprising as well. 25-19. Good for Grady Dick. pick.
Hey.
Yep. And then the Sixers 23-18. That's another starter. Is Tyrese Maxey on that team for the East? And then the Magic 23-19. Boy, if only the Nuggets were in the East.
If only, yeah. And currently, right now, 6:19 left in the third. Phoenix and 76ers tied at 71. Just to give you a little quick update there. On to the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder 36-8. They've been 7-3 on their last 10 games. San Antonio Spurs are now in second, 30-13. They're 5.5 games back of the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Nuggets hanging on and staying right where they are without Jokic, 29-14, 6-4 in their last 10. Minnesota Timberwolves are in fourth, 27-16. The Houston Rockets, 25-15, and the Lakers, 25-16. And the Nuggets take on the Lakers tonight at 8 p.m.
Yes, indeed.
And
in Denver, right?
It is in Denver,
Yeah.
and it's more than likely LeBron's last time here.
Oh, just because they don't play the Lakers?
I think it's the last time they play, unless they get in the playoffs.
Oh,
I think
so
it's
the
the
Lakers
last
don't come back
regular
here?
season game for LeBron here.
They don't. The Lakers
I
don't
don't
play
think
here?
so.
Oh, wow.
And then also another crazy stat, it's a LeBron stat. He's played every team over 30 times.
Oh, you're talking about the Nuggets record?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's only one team he does not have a winning record against.
Yep.
And that is our Denver Nuggets.
Yes, that's right.
And he does not have a chance to have a winning record against the Nuggets.
Yep, because they're up.
They're up enough to.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I will touch on this. I'm going to go back to this because Bronze Sexuals were like, oh, well, MJ forced his way to be a starter that last year on the Bulls. There was a really good piece today on Twitter that's, I can't remember who posted it, but it was basically an interview Vince Carter did where Vince Carter was the starter, and all of the starters for the East that year wanted to let Jordan have his spot, and he said, "No, I'm a bench player. This is I don't deserve it. I'm retiring. This is the way it is."
Yeah.
And Vince Carter refused. Another Tar Heel gave respect for his other alum, and he sat on the bench and refused to go out there. So Jordan had to go out there. So those Bronze Sexuals can shut their trap.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Just
Well,
had to throw that out there.
we're getting pretty close. Let's skip NHL and MLB.
Okay.
You want to touch on UFC though?
Yep.
I
We
would
got
like to.
pay-per-view back this week.
Hold on. I got new things, and I have them actually this time. So here we go.
Let's get it on!
What happened between you and Artem Lobov, Khabib? Nothing.
You don't get it together.
If one of us go to war, we all go to war.
That is not the cloth from which he is cut. That is a
All right. Well, new year, no pay-per-views, and the first non-pay-per-view numbered UFC is happening this weekend.
Yep. It's on Paramount Plus now.
Yes, Gaethje versus Pimblett.
Yeah.
Harrison versus Nunes.
All right.
Let's get the odds here.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up real quick. Sorry.
You're okay?
There we go. Oh, wow. This is almost a coin flip. Damn. Paddy Pimbett's favored -245, and Justin Gaethje, our own Denver zone, is at +186.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty close where I'm looking at too on VegasOdds.com. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett is favored. Whew, this is gonna be a tough one. I do like both fighters. I like the way both of them fight. Gaethje's a dog.
Yep.
Pimblett's a dog. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, Pimblett he's got way better. Even though Justin's got a wrestling background, he really never uses his ground game. He's just all striking.
Yeah.
He doesn't really put his body on the line like he used to, but he still has highlights every single time he fights. But Patty has insane jiu-jitsu and ground game. If he gets Justin down, I think that could be it. He's got really good ability to choke. He did it to King Green. He's done it in a lot of other fights. But the thing is, like, he's really never – his resume, and a lot of people don't really feel like he deserves this chance at the interim title, isn't anywhere near the fighting caliber of guys that Justin's fought. I mean, Justin's fought Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, the list goes on, and he's beat a lot of those guys. Max Holloway, who he was in one of the most viral moments in UFC history. So Justin's had a better resume and he's had better competition, but Patty is the new and upcoming fighter that, 23-3. He could really, I think he could submit Justin if he gets him down because his ground game's that good. But I'm going to take Justin because that's where my heart lies, and I think Justin is looking for violence in this because I think Justin knows he's only got 2 or 3 fights left.
Yeah, and you look at their last fights, Gaethje took on Rafael Fiziev at UFC 313, unanimous decision. Pimlet, who's been a perfect 7-0 since making the leap to UFC in 2021. His last fight was a knockout over Michael Chandler at UFC 314. So both of them coming off of wins. Vegas is going heavy on Patty. I think I'm going to roll with Patty just because he's the heavy favorite, but I do think he might win this one just because he's younger. Gaethje's, like you said, it could be the end if he loses again.
It could be. He might retire.
He might retire if he wins.
This is his last chance, basically, to try to – because if he wins this, he will be the interim champ, and then Ilia Topuria said he should be ready around April or May.
Yeah.
So.
Other big fight on this card, Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong, which is a great name.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley's favored at -220 and Yadong at +168.
Yes.
Yes. Sean O'Malley, a chance to redeem himself to try to get back in title contention.
Yeah, he said it the other day. He was like, "Man, I suck," like because he keeps falling down the card.
Oh yeah, earlier it was supposed to be Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes, another title fight. That was going to be pretty much.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Fight.
Yeah,
yeah. And so he wasn't the co-main event, and so when he wasn't, he said, "Man, I'm really falling off." He said that on a podcast.
Yeah.
And now he's the co-main event. He has a chance if he wins this to fight Peter Yan, and that could be huge because Merab lost to Peter Yan, and we all know O'Malley cannot beat Merab, so this could be a chance for Sean to get his belt back.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Nunes had to back out.
No, that wasn't Nunes. Harrison. She had a neck surgery.
Oh, shit.
Yep, yeah. That was really unfortunate. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, that does suck. I didn't hear that.
Yep. Then the big Black Beast, Derek Lewis, will be taking on Waldo Cortez Acosta. My coworker, Ben, who is Dominican Republic, he is a big fan of this Acosta guy. He's shown me lots of highlights from him. He's got a hell of a chin. He's been winning fights constantly. He's the number 5 ranked heavyweight right now. Derek Lewis always brings the thunder. We could really see, a heavyweight, clash of like the monsters right here. With,
isn't he still got the most knockouts?
Yeah, he's still on that record. Yep.
And over under on him dropping Trow after the fight.
Yeah, right. Definitely. And he lost a lot of weight too. He said the UFC put him on peptides.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I'm taking Acosta in that one. But the next one I'm super psyched for. Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Rose Namajunas really needs to get a win. She hasn't had an exciting fight in a while, and Natalia Silva is the number 2 ranked fighter. So yeah, I really want to see Rose win. She's one of my favorite fighters. Also fighting out of Denver, Colorado.
There you go.
Yep. But the last one we'll touch on just real quick, Arnold Allen. He's always really exciting, and he's going up against one of the fighting nerds, Jean Silva.
Yeah, and those damn fighting nerds.
Yeah, they need to bounce back too. They've they've taken some losses recently.
Yeah, they had that whole fight. All of them were on that card.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3 fights.
But oh wow, yeah, Umar Nurmagomedov. Jesus, damn! I didn't even realize that was the prelims. Holy shit, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davidson Figueiredo on the last fight of the prelim.
That's pretty surprising. It's a
awesome.
prelim. I don't know why they would move that up to the main card.
Yeah, and then Krylov is on the prelim too. Damn, that's. I don't know if there's anybody on the early prelims. I know Michael Johnson. He's the one. Yeah, Damn good card. This is on Paramount Plus. If you have the Paramount Plus like premium, which is like $14.99, that's what I have. You do not have to pay anything extra. You just get this fight, and then it starts an hour early now. So now I'm not going to be falling asleep during the main event.
There you go.
It's going to be starting at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time this Saturday.
There you go. So
I can't fucking wait.
Tune in for that. Get your Paramount Plus subscriptions. Prescribe it to yourself.
Take one a
Get
day.
your subscriptions all locked in, and make sure you've got them all for the game. I mean, I don't know. It's getting hard to catch up. I mean, some of the NBA games are only on Peacock, and then you got to, like, I don't know. You know, sometimes it's hard to keep up.
That's what the Nuggets game's on tonight is Peacock.
Damn it.
I know it.
I hate that.
Their coverage is way better, though. But yeah,
it is. But yeah, it is tough to keep up. But let's get out of here. You need to go to dinner. State House again, huh?
Yeah,
the
again.
Old stomping grounds.
The watering hole.
The old watering hole. Well, let's get into the DDOE. It is that time at the end of every episode when the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. John Daly, grips it, rips it, and hits it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, live it large. I hit it hard.
All right, this was one. We had an extra one last week, and we're going to use it this week because it is pretty cool. This happened last Tuesday. A British war veteran who lost both his legs in Afghanistan has become the first above-the-knee double amputee. That's messed up they made that rhyme. To reach the summit of the highest peaks on every continent in the world. So on Tuesday, 46-year-old Hari Buddha Magar summited the highest mountain in Antarctica, Mount Vinson, the final peak in his epic mission, after a grueling 3-day climb that saw him battle through 13 below zero temperatures. The summit not only marked another mountaineering world's first for the climber, but also a major landmark in Hari's mission to boost disability awareness and inspire others to climb their own mountain, whatever that may be. Real quick, I'll finish this last bit up. Upon completing the world record, the veteran from Canterbury, Kent, said the climb was very tough. The conditions and difficulty meant that I was literally crawling on all fours, battling my way up the mountain, but crawling along, he was able to look up and take in the incredible views where spectacular Antarctic mountain peaks pierced a thin layer of cloud below. His final thing is a disability shouldn't limit the size of your dream or your ability to achieve it. Yes, you might need to adapt to your approach, get help, or think differently, but you can do it.
Yeah, there's a picture of him here, and he looks like he's on top of the world. And yeah, he doesn't have any legs down past his knee, and that just makes me feel like, what the hell am I doing with my life, man?
Yeah.
Golly.
I've been watching some videos of some skateboarders without legs, and it's blowing my mind.
Oh my
Dude,
God,
they're like
that's
doing
nuts.
like board, I guess it'd be like a kick flip, like tail slides down like 6 stairs, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy.
That's wild, man. I got so much respect for people that do that. We watched a video the other day on YouTube where a guy skied down Mount Everest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh man, it was making her hands sweaty. She couldn't watch it.
Oh,
it was crazy.
Speaking of hand sweaty stuff, what about Skyscraper on Friday?
Is that when the live thing's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm interested. I never watched. I do feel like I should watch that documentary about him solo.
Free Solo, it's really good.
Yeah, but that's gonna be wild, dude.
Watch some podcasts he's done too, because he's a very interesting guy. He's almost like a guy that's got a little autism, where he's not that good like socially, but that's his thing is climbing. Yeah. Alex Honnold, I think is his name. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. But that's going to be on Friday. I'm looking forward to kind of tuning
I didn't know
into
it was
that.
live. until
Yeah,
I saw
live.
that thing on
But
Netflix.
how long is it going to take him to climb up that fucking building? That's a huge
Probably
building.
3 hours, man. And he does it fast.
I mean, I've seen him go. He is like a spider monkey.
You haven't seen Free Solo yet?
No.
Check it out, dude. It makes I have a real
I
fear of
hate
heights.
I don't like
and
heights.
I get this weird feeling in my knees where they get cold when I'm watching stuff like that. And so like it's tough, but like I have so much respect for it. And I mean they show like where there's some people that have taken they die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's lucky he hasn't died.
I
Because
know,
I feel like that's
shocking.
one of those things where it's just a matter of time
That's
until
just it.
you die.
It's
you
only-
know,
it's
but
gonna
you're going to die doing what you love.
Surfing and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's how it goes.
Those big
man.
waves. But
But
all right, yeah.
is a badass.
Yeah,
Say his name one more time.
It is. Hold on one second.
Hari Buddha
Yes.
Magar.
Yeah, Hari Buddha Magar. former British war veteran, current British war veteran from Afghanistan. Hell of an incredible feat there. Most people don't do that with legs, let alone without legs. So he is our daily dose of excellence. That's and right. On that note, we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen.
162 in the books.
162. What you gonna do?
Next week we'll be recapping the conference championship.
Yes, that is correct. We'll see if my Broncos can pull it off, or will the Patriots?
Go Patriots!
Seattle wind up in the Super Bowl like I predicted. But either way, we love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to tell a friend, be a friend, like, share, subscribe, and follow. We love you all. Chad Lee.
Love you, buddy.
I love you too.
Come back next week.
Come back next week. We'll see you then. Toodle.